Okay, so another thing I wanted to do real quickly before I was in the process of doing before my last video cut off on this screen recording app that I have here. Again, I was talking about the Sudanese people and how they tie into Egyptians. And if you look at the history of Sudan, you would see that they have a huge tie with Egypt, and how it says here the early history. I'm starting here where my mouse is. The early history of the Kingdom of Kush, which is located in what is now northern Sudan along the Nile, is intertwined with the history of ancient Egypt. So if you go back and do your own research on it, you'll see that there's a lot of Egyptian connections between Sudan and in Egypt. Of course, they're very close and landlocked together. But the people of Sudan and the people of Egypt, or ancient Egypt, pretty much are the exact same in my opinion. And their blood is the same, and they look much alike. Like, look at this person here, these people here. If you see, these are people I believe that are in Sudan. And I mean, you're not going to tell me these don't look like the ancient Egyptians that you see in the depictions on hieroglyphics and so forth. Even here, here's another one. And this is a person in a far boy in Ethiopia. There are some people in Ethiopia that look like Egyptians as well, but don't forget that Egypt and Egyptians and Ethiopians are brothers. They are both sons of Cush. I mean, if you look at this one here, I mean, it's the Beja people of Ethiopia. They look just like the ancient Egyptians. And look, this here says the Beja people of northeast Sudan and southern Egypt are living descendants of the ancient Egyptians. Okay. Here's another picture. I mean, it's just it's striking that these are the Egyptians. These are the ones that we lived amongst. These are the ones that enslaved our people. These are the people that we hid amongst, and they couldn't tell us apart with. This is a mockery, and this is quite ridiculous. Okay, I know it's just a headpiece and whatnot, but I think they shouldn't even use her as a model. But that's just my personal opinion. Here's some more people, the Beja people of Sudan, Eritrea, and also Ethiopia. Another mockery. They're trying to make her look a little bit dark in complexion, but anyway. So as you can see, I want to show that I don't want to get flagged for nudity, but as you can see, these are the people that our people lived amongst at that time frame. And I showed you her in the earlier video. Okay. And then here's another interesting thing. And let me just put this disclaimer out there too. I am not in any way, shape, or form trying to promote Egyptology or Egypt, anything like that. I'm not saying that we are Egyptians. Hebrews are not Egyptians. We are different people from them. We are brethren, we are closely related, but we are different nonetheless. But I'm using this as an example to show how our people were mistaken for being ancient Egyptians multiple times. So there's no way that you could find this. Let me show you this real quick. And this isn't to be rude or disrespectful or hateful or anything like that to anybody else. I'm just merely telling the truth. Don't get mad at me. I didn't set the word up like this. I didn't make it like this. I'm just telling you how it is. Nor did I perpetuate the lie, create the lie, or keep it going. There's no way you're going to tell me that this can ever be mistaken for this. It's not possible. I don't care how many ways you try to twist it or paint it. This is not going to be the same. Even if you put take the little curls on their head and whatnot. This is, I think, this is Mizrahi Jews. So still not the true people anyway, still of a Caucasus European descent. There's no way that, now some might be like, oh, well, look at his facial structure. He has tan skin. No, not the same. This can never be mistaken, can never hide amongst this. It's not possible. It's not going to happen, period. There's a hit, but that's beside the point. Here's another thing that, well, not beside the point, that is the point, but I think I made my point. Some more Egyptian people. Here's another comparison. You see how they look the same. Ethiopians as well. I think this is what she looks like, an Ethiopian woman, but even still, I mean, it's the exact same. These are the same people. Even the hair. I mean, look at this. Come on. Who's going to argue with this? Look at the eye shape. Who's going to argue with this? Anyway, the thing that I really wanted to show here was, here's another thing actually, the Nubian pyramids of Sudan. Now, it's quite interesting. Now, one may say, well, that's because Egypt and Sudan are so close. Well, how do you explain the pyramids in Illinois? How do you explain the pyramids in Mexico and South America? Okay. The Egyptians they had a history of building pyramids. That's their way of worshiping their gods, and and putting their dead in those tombs, their kings and stuff like that. These are pyramids in Sudan. Okay, so these people definitely left their mark on the land. All right, so I think it's very interesting. Excuse me. Now look at this. This is a perfect example. There's no way this pale skinned guy here is going to be able to hide amongst these brown children. It just ain't gonna work. It's just not gonna work. But I mean, look at her, please. Anyway, but geez, I'm not saying that these people are trying to do that. I'm just using it as an example, as they have the color of skin that people claim the ancients had. Anyway, it's just not. It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to work. There's no way that. Anyway, but these are the lost pyramids of Sudan. I think it's quite interesting that they have the same style of pyramid work in Sudan as they did in Egypt. And while I'm at it, let me pull up the pyramids of Illinois so you all can see that before this video starts trying to shut me out as well. See, their same style to look like the ruins that I saw in Belize, South America. And let's pull those up too. Pyramids of, let's just do Belize. I mean, you can find them in Mexico and all over South America, but I went to Zunantanij, this one here, but they're the same style. So I just think it's very interesting that two people may say, oh, well, what about the Mayans? You know, they're mixed people as far as like mixed with, you know, like the Mestizos in South America, you know, Spanish people. Those people came after invasions and conquering and people intermixing with the locals on the land. The people that were there first were melanated people. Okay, now some may argue and say that these are, you know, Hebrews that were here first. And I personally don't subscribe to that. I think that there were, I really do believe that these were Hamites that explored and went out like this and landed on these places. But the pyramids of Belize here, same as the pyramids in that were discovered here in North America and Illinois, same as the pyramids in Sudan. I mean, it's just, and this is actually Merowe, Sudan. I mean, it's possible that our people could have had a history. I mean, could have built these or aided in it. I'm sure they at least built the bricks for it. You know, our slave bricks are all over this world, even in America. But anyway, but they're all the exact same. So I just find it very interesting that you know, they have the same exact architecture found all over the place. And these are the Giza pyramids. So in a long roundabout way, kind of sort of, I kind of touched on a few different topics in these two videos. I go back to say how our people were mistaken for being Egyptians multiple times. So that proves they couldn't have been white. We've proven here that the ancient Egyptians were black, which we already knew that from the way they depicted themselves. And then looking at the people that are in the land today, I mean, you can see that they by no means were white people back then, nor were they white people today, nor are they white people today. They look just like us today. Like I said, I thought this was Bobby Christina here. I mean, they look no different from us at all. I mean, come on, look at this. It look no different from us at all. This young lady here looks like a woman that I went to church with years ago. It's crazy. I'm not going to call her name, but she looks exactly like this woman. I wish I could show her picture, but I'm not going to do that. Respect her privacy. You know, and you can still see that they had, like I showed earlier, they still wear the same ancient hairstyles that they drew themselves with on the hieroglyphics and so forth. So that goes to say we were same in melanated color, and That's just the truth of the matter. So I hope you all learned something. If you did, like, comment, share, and subscribe before this video cuts off. I will see you in the next video. Shalom.